all about garden waste. If you have a garden, you're gonna have garden waste. I mean, if you just have even a household, you're gonna have garden waste. And what do I mean by garden waste? Garden waste is anything like if you're cutting up a tomato and the top and the bottom of the tomato that you cut off, the top of a pepper that you cut off, when you're shelling peas, the shell of the pea, when you're cutting, when you've dried your onions. I just harvested my onions, dried my onions and my garlic. The tops of the onions that are dried. I just finished shelling peas, my peas. I've just finished making cucumbers and peppers and all that kind of stuff. And anything that I can give to my chickens, I give to my chickens. Let my chickens eat it. But there are some things that a chicken is just not going to eat. Is my shells of my peas. They're not going to eat the shells of my peas. They're not going to eat the tops of my onions. They're not going to eat the tops of my garlic. They're not going to eat the coffee grounds that my husband has. They're not going to eat the peelings from my potatoes. All those things can be garden waste. And I almost hate to call it waste, because to me waste is something that you can't do anything with, that has no value. It's just a waste. Well, your garden waste is so much more than that. And what I have been doing is this last week, when I've been harvesting and cutting things off, anything that I could feed to my chickens, I fed to my chickens, but I've been putting it in a 5-gallon bucket in preparation for this video. So this is like really about a week's worth of garden waste. And my husband keeps wanting to take that outside and do something with it. And I keep going, no, I gotta make a video about it. I just gotta make a video about it. Just hold on just a little bit more. Hold on just a little bit more. So what this is a 5-gallon bucket. Now, on my pea shells, what I did is I take some scissors and I, get a bunch of the pea shells and I just chop up my pea shells. My heads of my onions, I just get those, fold those over, and I chop it up. So everything is into like small, pieces. Not, some might be a little bit bigger than the others, but they're, it's all in small pieces. I shelled some lima beans the other day. Here's a part of the lima bean shell, but it's just all in here in this 5-gallon bucket. Now what I normally do is, because I have a huge compost pile, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to just throw it on my compost pile. But what you can do, there's lots of things that you can do. If you have a keyhole garden, in the middle of your keyhole, that's what that's for, is for you to put your waste in, and that decomposes and goes into your keyhole. If you've never done a keyhole garden, look up keyhole garden. They're very interesting. You can have them in the backyard, a small backyard, and produce a lot of food out of a keyhole garden and use up your waste. You can dig a trench in your beds, in your garden, and bury this waste. You can do chop and drop. You can chop it up and actually put it on top of your garden. A lot of people do that. I've done that before, especially in the wintertime and the fall. When I know I'm not going to be planting anytime soon, is I'll, just put all this kind of waste. I put it on the top of my tubs, my garden. So there's lots of ways that you can utilize this waste. You can put it, if you have a composter, you can put it in your composter. If you have a worm bin, you can put it in your worm bin. But just don't let it go to waste, because this is a lot of nutrients that your flowers, your garden has pulled up out of your soil to create this. So why not chop it back up and put it back down in your ground, put it back down in your soil, so that you are amending your soil. Especially if you have a very hard, compact soil, this is the way you fix that, is by putting all this organic matter back into the soil. You don't have to have chickens like I do. You don't have to have rabbits, you don't have to have goats, you don't have to have horses, you don't have to have cows. You don't have to have all that manure to put things back into your garden. You can do it with just your waste. Now, you know, mine might be on, I would think mine is on a small scale, but there are ways to do this even on a smaller scale, just for like one person or a small people that don't have a big garden, but you know, go to the farmer's market and buy stuff and utilize their farmer's market. You can still do this. If you just have a flower bed, you can put it on your flower bed. Or, you know, I feel like I'm still on a very small scale, but I put it in my compost pile. And I know a lot of people don't, everybody doesn't have the size compost pile that I have. I have a very large compost pile, but I believe in composting. Composting is wonderful. Our grandparents have done composting for years. We act like this is just some new thing that's come out around the pike, and I'm telling you that was not the case. Our grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-great-grandparents, people have been composting for years. So what I want to encourage y'all to do is not think of your garden, not think of your kitchen about all the things that are waste in your kitchen, because it's not waste. It is valuable nutrients that can be added back into your garden. So I hope everybody has a wonderful 4th of July. So thanks for visiting with me, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, please push the like button, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel. It's growing all the time. I'm still amazed that people want to even watch and listen to what I have to say. But please subscribe to my channel and become a friend of ours. So thanks for visiting with me. Bye-bye.